Let's talk about Chicago. Why not? Listen, the one thing that I promise you that I'm going to do is I'm going to keep putting my foot on the necks of the people that are doing the worst things for our community. You keep talking about LeBron James and who's supposed to be getting lashes and all of that, and you're not even really paying attention to the problem. You over here getting finessed. You getting finessed. What's good? What's good, Baltimore Banks? I appreciate you. Thank you for holding me down, my friend. Let's see what's happening over in Chicago, shall we?
This weekend, more migrants have moved into the Parthenon Guest House on South Halsted in Greektown. Courtney Sisk shares why this took some aldermen by surprise and what some longtime residents are saying.
About 190 single men seeking asylum are now calling this hostel home temporarily. However, 34th Ward Alderman Bill Conway says he wishes there was more coordination prior to move-in.
I'm committed to doing this in a safe and secure way.
For Alderman Bill Conway, that meant knowing exactly when he could expect migrants to move into the Parthenon. But to his surprise, he found out from community members and the media Friday morning that buses were already dropping them off.
I had asked for people to come from the 12th District, which is the police district where Greektown is located. That request was denied, but I still don't know where the people are coming from.
He says he reached out to the mayor's office to coordinate, but never heard back. 90 more moved in on Saturday. He's hoping for more collaboration on these efforts moving forward.
We in the community, we want to help.
I think it's great that our city is a place that is accepting of migrants and is helping them try and reach their dream, which is just to have a better life for their families.
Greektown resident Connor Friedman says it's great the space on South Halsted is used to help, but he hopes for a more permanent solution.
This is a great temporary solution, but obviously isn't sustainable.
As for other longtime Greektown neighbors,
I think the city has bigger problems, frankly. As someone who lives in the neighborhood, I'm more concerned about crime and stepping outside and getting carjacked or something.
Alderman Conway.
So the people in Chicago, remember in the previous video that I showed you guys, the play was already Chicago. From the very beginning, they said, listen, man, look, I know you dropping me off over here in Arizona. I know you dipping off on me over here in San Diego. The weather is good over here, but the play seems to be Chicago. The place seems to be Chicago. Look, they're going to house us. They're going to feed us. They're going to take care of us. Listen, if you get evicted out of your home, you got to go and get you a tent from Walmart and make sure that you go ahead and set up in a space where they're not going to remove it. If you get evicted from your home or you get kicked out of and foreclosed on your mortgage and you ain't got nowhere to go and get you a tent from over there at Walmart, Wally World, and go ahead and set up in the woods somewhere where the mosquitoes is going to tear you up, and you ain't getting no help. You ain't getting no assistance. You ain't getting no none of that. They got busloads of men coming into a city near you. Ladies, y'all said that y'all wanted to divest yourselves against black men. Here you go. Here you go. They got busloads of men, hundreds at a time, getting dropped off, getting housing, clothing, food, shelter, healthcare, schooling. And Eric Adams says that, listen, this is what we do over here in these streets. Busloads. Happening as though Chicago doesn't have already a $584 million budget deficit. That ballooned roughly $500 million for what was projected to be just an $83 million budget deficit when Lori Lightfoot was in office. Honestly, it just begs the question because I just can't see it. I can't see it. I do not understand why they driving this country into a hellhole. I'm trying to understand what the bigger play is, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know what the bigger play is yet. I'm trying to figure it out. And if I figured out what the bigger play is, would I even be able to say it publicly online? What is the bigger play? Why are they doing this? Why are they allowing for people to just walk into the country? Why are they allowing for no resources to be allocated towards the border and budgeting and making sure that they built these walls and that they fight the drug trafficking and they don't prevent people from just coming in? Why are they allocating billions upon billions and tens of billions of dollars, and it's going to balloon up into hundreds of billions of dollars to house and put people into these places? I don't know what the play is. I'm trying to figure it out. I do not know what the play is. I don't know why they continue to allow for this to happen all across the board. And then on top of that, let me put a cherry on top of that cake of what's going on over in Illinois and Chicago. Let me put a cherry on that cake. You're not paying attention.
It is a big day for jails across the state today, as cash bail is now a thing of the past. The so-called Safety Act officially is in effect today. CBS 2's Asal Razai is in the newsroom with more on what that means moving forward.
Illinois now the first state to make this change. Now, instead of cash bail, judges will be looking at the nature of crimes. The suspect.
Remember when I told y'all and I reported on this in the beginning of the year and y'all overlooked it and y'all said it wasn't a big deal and we need to go ahead and continue to rock out with what Jay-Z and Beyonce and all of them was advocating for, and what Meek Mill is, because Meek Mill got unjustly jailed and all of that, and they distracted y'all with that? Remember that? Because he didn't necessarily like his female black judge that was asking for an autograph or some crap like that. And y'all said, yeah, man, you know what? This looked like a good deal. Let's go ahead and protest, defund the police. Now they got the no cash system. The Safety Act is kicking in. The thing that I reported on earlier in the year that basically does away with no cash bail and all of the other stipulations that come along with it.
Suspect's background and whether or not the suspect is too dangerous to be released. The change not coming without much debate and controversy, though. The Safety Act was supposed to go into effect at the beginning of the year, but things put on hold after prosecutors and sheriffs in 64 counties filed lawsuits claiming the law was unconstitutional. Then in July, the Illinois Supreme Court overturning a Kankakee judge's call in a 5-2 ruling, bringing us to today, cash bail officially a thing of the past. This morning, Cook County State's Attorney Kim Fox joined by others in front of the Leeton Criminal Courthouse addressing the historic change.
This bill, this law, was worked on in conjunction with advocates, victims' rights advocates, domestic violence advocates, those who have been impacted by this system, who have seen people who've been able to pay their way out of jail and cause harm.
And at the forefront of the movement, every single time without fail, every single time without fail, you got, if this is not a picture of what it is that we've really built in our society, I don't know. If you look at this picture right here, let's paint the picture for y'all real quickly. A black woman, 3 black men of all shades behind her, backing her up. Black woman aggressively pushing for, advocating for, and doing the thing that's not in the best interest of the people, with 3 black men, all different hues, all different colors, all different sizes, all different shapes. Some got bald heads, some got, a head full of hair. All of them are dressed up. All of them are backing and standing behind a black woman that is advocating for the thing that is the worst thing for you in your cities and in your country. If this is not a model, literally the face of what we're dealing with in the nation right now. Listen, I could not have planned this any better. This was not intentional. I did not know that I was going to stop the video at this particular point. I don't do this much research. This is literally the face of Chicago right now. This is the face of Chicago. This is the face of your cities and your state and your country.
This effort to detain those who pose a real threat to our public, rather than detain those who are simply poor, is the right thing to do.
Beginning today, those behind bars will be able to petition to the court to have their cases reviewed. Reporting in the newsroom, Asal Razai, CBS 2 News.
Let me go ahead and read some of the super chats and then we're going to move forward. It take a lot of energy and it take a lot out of me to even continue to do these stories day in and day out sometimes because, I have to mix it in. I got to mix in the positive with the negative, but we're going to go all the way in today.